Hey, welcome back to Blacklist Universe. This is Mike, and we are still doing the Concord redesign series, this time with KYPS, the robot with the funky goggles, wearing a suit, and that's about all the key characteristics I could find for this character. Otherwise, I think she's sort of the stealth assassin type character, so we're going to kind of redesign her to give her a little bit more of that look while maintaining the robot funky goggles suit thing. Before we jump into that, allow me 30 seconds to introduce myself. My name is Mike S. Miller, 32-year professional comic book creator, video game concept artist, writer, blah, blah, blah. I'm the creator of multiple intellectual properties, including Imaginaries, Deal with the Devil, Six Gun Samurai, and Lone Star. Available to pre-order at lonestarcomic.com, link in the description below. Our vision here at Blacklist Universe is ultimately to create a multimedia venture to bring quality and ethics back to storytelling. We're tired of the DEI woke agenda ruining every book, comic, game, movie, and TV show, and we're bound and determined to do something about it. If that sounds good to you, then join us by subscribing and maybe even supporting us as a channel member. No one can fight the culture war alone. We're here to fight and to make a difference, and we hope you are too. And one more thing, I do a weekly live stream at 7 o'clock Pacific Standard Time called Drawn and Quartered, where me and a group of my other professional artist friends get together and draw and chat and have a good time, and we would love for you to join us. Now back to the video. So the first thing I do, as always, is I try to maintain the general pose and posture, but I found the posture on this character so underwhelming, like stiff and not just mechanical, but like mannequin-esque. I don't know. So I had to change it up a little bit, give her a little bit of attitude. And yes, it's a robot, but it does go by she, her. So there you have it. I maintained those goggle specs, and then I wanted to go in and give a basic android robot design, build the body up first, at least in a sketch format, before I went in and gave her the suit that would define her as uniquely not a naked robot, female robot. Robots don't have gender, sex. Anyways, yeah, finished that. And then I went in and I wanted to give her a suit, but I wanted to give her something a little classier. I don't know, that weird suit she had with the flared bell bottoms and the short torso. I don't know, wasn't working for me. So I'm giving her sort of a classy three-piece, flared out but tailored, tucked in. Gives a femininely form, even though she's a robot. And then I decided, you know what? Let's knock out one of the arms, because she's gonna have one. I guess I'm gonna have her favor one arm, and so that one arm is gonna be unsleeved and free from any material or anything. Not that material is going to stop a robot from having a lot of motion, but I thought it'd be a good way to unbalance the character and make it asymmetrical, show off the robotics, because I mean, why have a robot if you're just going to cover up all the robotics, which is what I'm doing with the legs here. I gave her hot pants instead of full-length bell bottoms, which don't make any sense, so I can show off the fact that this is actually an android robot underneath her suit. I also thought, if she's like an assassin character, how about if I give her some kunai knives, like sort of stored into her thighs. For the face, remember that character from Wall-E? I can't remember. Eve, the character. I don't know, that blank staring face with just the two eyes. It was always kind of creepy to me. So I thought, you know, I already used the hood motif. And the hood and the assassin thing, I know that all kind of goes together, but I think a way to hide a face or emotion, or I know it's a robot, so what kind of emotion are you going to have? But anyways, just blacking out that face, that Eve sort of motif, I thought it would work here. So I did that. I dialed up sort of the techno, hinges and the joints and whatnot, and again, I like to design things in an engineering mindset where they would actually work. You could make like a robot. You could build a toy out of this with all of the correct articulating parts, and it wouldn't be, you wouldn't be stifled by how to actually make the correct robot. And I gave her a I gave her a silencer. I don't know if that's necessary on a space gun, which you could probably set the gun to silent, but you know, it is artistic shorthand. Everyone understands what a silencer is, and if she is an assassin stealth character, then she should have a stealthy weapon, right? Knives, like in Team Fortress 2, the assassin character uses knives, right? The cloaking and all that stuff. I don't know if this character has cloaking. She should, right? Assassin, robot, you should be able to cloak. I didn't give her a bust, but I gave her the torso piece, and then it tailors into her waist, so it gives her that figure 8 sort of a cinched waist shape, even though she doesn't have any mammary glands or anything like that. That's actually going to give her, it's just the tapering in is her actual robotic, waist area, which was very thin. You could see it in the underdrawing. I kind of exaggerated the proportions on her legs so that like the bottom of her legs are very thin, her calves are nice and buffed up, so I don't know, I like the shape of it. Kind of reminds me of like a gazelle or something, like a lithe agile animal, and then the rest of her, just cool, sort of kitschy, not kitschy, but robot designs for her thighs and the rest of her body. And I think playing that off against the suit, I don't know, I think that works. I think it works a lot better than just covering her whole body up with a suit and just having, oh look, I have robot head and robot hands and robot feet. And I don't know what they're afraid of. I don't know why they were afraid to make things look cool, interesting, fun, sexy. And there is the silhouette, and I'm like, something's missing. And it just flashed back to me, Sorayama. Sorayama would give some of his robots these spikes that come out of their ears for no purpose other than they look cool. And I was like, all right, I'm doing it. And look at this silhouette after the fact. Bam! It is so unique and cool, and it looks deadly for an assassin. And look how thin those little gazelle legs look, so cool, popping out there in the black. All right, one more time. Now, here's the thing: the main character is this pink, and so all right, I'm gonna try in my initial run to go with the pink and green motif. And sue me if you don't like it. It wasn't my initial design choice, but it is it's a place to start. Let's just say that. As always, I'm dropping in my shadows, or I drop in all my shadows and then I carve out. And actually this time I specifically went in and I did all my highlights first so that I could kind of talk you through dropping in the shadows that are overlaying the other shadows. So they create drop shadows. See how the gun creates a drop shadow directly onto the thigh? The sleeve creates a drop shadow directly onto the coat, and the coat creates a drop shadow over the leg and over the torso area. You could understand how you can create the form in the shadow, in the tone, right? And then you can see how things overlay each other by the shadows you give them. So it pops that out from... It creates a secondary plane. Even though it's a 2D image, it creates a secondary plane where you can tell one thing is supposed to be above another because it is dropping a shadow on the other. Like the shadow of the head casting all the way across the shoulder. And then I went in. And what I do here, I fill in everything with white. I select the shadows that pre-exist, and then I delete that area from the white. And then I can go in and just carve out the rest. Again, trying to create I don't want to say round, but I create the form around the structure so that you can get a sense of the shape merely through the coloring, right? I mean, I know the line art gives a certain indication of two-dimensional shape, but the coloring gives your eye that sense that this exists in 3 dimensions. There are reflections, there are curvatures, there are, again, the drop shadows. Yeah, all right, so I don't know what more I want to add about this. You guys have heard me talk about this so many times. Hey guys, these videos are starting to taper down. I really, really appreciate all of you Concord redesign fans coming in and watching every single one of these. Please stick around when I switch to another topic because it's mostly all previous viewers of the channel that are watching this now. So Concord is not bringing in hardly any new viewers. If you are a new viewer, please do leave a comment in the comments section, and do subscribe too. And if you guys have ideas for upcoming videos, please drop those in the comment section below. And I have a list, but I need to see where the audience most wants me to go with the next series of videos. All right, so here again, the green and the pink are the initial colors. I mean, they don't look horrible together, but for some reason it was so bland in the original. Maybe because the pink was so light and desaturated, and here it is really more of a pink. Although if you're doing an assassin character, bright pinks and greens and yellows, how does that say assassin character, right? Assassins should be creatures of the shadows, right? The ninja is the assassin. Any assassin movie you see, they're wearing black, right? Assassins aren't usually big bright stop signs that anyone can see from a mile away. Again, dropping in the desaturated, the gray tones, giving the metallic look to the robot area so it's not completely painted in a monotone color. I did the Eve thing. I gave her the big bright teal eyes, and then dropped in all those highlights for the metal parts so that you can tell where it's material, where it's metal, where it's hard, where it's soft, flexible, and whatnot. So yes, anyway, as I was saying, if you're new, do like, subscribe, share, do all that fun stuff. Even with the majority of you guys returning, that it's still only like 15% of you guys who are watching these videos are actually subscribed, which is really weird since the return viewership is huge. It's like dominant. Like 90% of you are return viewers, but you haven't subscribed yet. If you want to keep coming back to the channel, just hit that subscribe button, and then we'll know you want more of this kind of content. But yeah, again, here's the side by side. You let me know which one looks better in your opinion. And then let's cycle through a few what we'd call skins variations. Again, I think the black, the darker colors fit the motif of an assassin character better. But, I'll let you as the audience decide. Well, there it is for KYPS. I have, two or three? Two? I think two left in the Concord series. Please do leave your comments in please do leave your suggestions for other content, other topics in the comment section below, and I will see you all hopefully on the next video.